time out of your busy schedule and for being here with us. And it's a very special thank you to all those who've come to the event today. Well, to tell you has only grown from traveling the world propagating Indian food to receiving privileged tutelage from Michelin star chef like Ellen Prasad, hosting her own TV show, to most recently working on her ultimate culinary dream, her restaurant. She works out of Mumbai and is currently in a pan-India sojourn that she likes to call her rediscovery of India and the many regional culinary treasures. Well, if you're wondering what the book is all about, well, for Shipra Khanna, life imitates food and vice versa. And in both life and food, it is the simple things that can be beautiful and uplifting. This is the mantra she lives by, and it is the theme.
But it's always good to see that there are more and more people who are taking food professionally and not just limiting it to hotels and restaurants, because food as an opportunity has changed over the years. When we started, we only used to look at hotels and work in hotels as chefs, but since then I think the opportunities have changed, and Shipra has made sure that she not only wants the most prestigious MasterChef title, but she also has made sure that she carries it forward. I've seen her work really hard towards everything, put her heart into it. I went through the book and I thought it's very interesting, exciting for today's India, because I think it's important to recognize what today's Indians need. Also, I think this book, what it shows is that if you decide that if cooking is your passion, then you can not only achieve something on TV, but you can publish your own book, you can become an author, you can create a business around it. And I think from a normal person who just probably was living in Shimla or was being brought up there, to coming into city of Mumbai and now doing all this, and the journey for her, I think, has just begun. She would be soon. She hosted something for our channel, Food, last year, but I think this year is for Shipra. 2014 is for you. She would be hosting not just one, maybe two shows on Food, and wish her all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. And well, Shipra, the journey has been a long journey. There's a lot more that you're going to look forward to. From then to now, how does it feel?
It feels truly blessed. It's a wonderful feeling. I actually never thought that I'd write a book, but it just came along. And all my heart and soul and everything that I knew, I've just put it in this book. It's all there. It's for any person who's interested or not interested in cooking, would actually try any recipe from this book, and he can just come up with a wonderful dish with very less effort. Because this is how I see food, you know, and being a new generation chef, I believe that, you know, the new generation is, you know, they want to, at one point they want something quick and easy. At the other hand, they want, you know, things to just like, you know, they don't want too many complicated things happening around, and they just want to make something out of nothing. You know, whatever ingredients are available, just put it all together and cook something really fantastic. There are a lot of innovative recipes which I'm known for. I've done a lot of stuff, but every recipe has a thought attached to it. There's always a thought with every recipe. That's what I believe. And that's what I've put in this book. It's got my travel, it's got my recipes from Himachal, from where I belong. And I've tried to spread that word across, what Himachali recipes are or what regional food is, which I feel is really nice, because we turn abroad to check, you know, what recipes are there and international cuisines and all. At the same time, India is full of recipes. It's full of exciting and new recipes. Every time I travel, I find something new around. So that is all in this book, right from basics to exotic, everything. Thank you.
All right. Shipra, on that note, we're going to have a very flexible, a very brief discussion about the evolution of food in India. You just mentioned about, a lot of times how food lovers turn to maybe restaurants abroad or draw references from what they watch and they taste, on a holiday abroad. The man sitting right beside you is one of the reasons why that thought process may have changed. So, sir, I'd like to start with you, since we're briefly discussing the central topic being the evolution of food in India. Today, with the kind of exposure, you could take the MasterChef series for an example. There is so much of thought behind every recipe. There's so much of curiosity behind every cuisine. Do you think India has truly evolved, or at least the lovers of food have truly evolved and have accommodated various flavors of the world?
I think the story has just begun. It's the talk has begun. Consumption will follow. So first the discussions, talk happen. They always precede consumption. So I think now the talk has happened. So people have started talking about other things. There are certain things which happen just naturally and people don't know at times. So when Portuguese came into India a little over 400 years ago, they brought in so many ingredients. So they brought in chilies, they brought in tomatoes, they brought in peppers, they brought in potatoes. Imagine Indian food without chilies, without tomatoes, without potatoes. What Indian food would have been. So food has always evolved, cultures have always evolved, people have always evolved. At times there is accelerated evolution. So what I feel is evolution will be constant, yet there are periods when there is accelerated evolution, and this decade may be the accelerated evolution period. And that's a good sign for people who are in this business. We always love such changes, because that means that people are becoming more demanding, people are becoming more knowledgeable. It is a pain at one end, but at the same time it is also a pleasure, because this is something which puts pressure on professionals, and people expect the best, they know the best. And in today's day and age of internet, people know everything. They just they want to have it. So it's not only about knowing quinoa. They would say, "Can I do something with? Do you have something with red quinoa?" And you say, "Oh, really? Okay, good." So which was not the case when I was studying. I remember I joined a hotel chain, and at that time, people, my seniors and everybody. I remember there was one day. In a hotel when nobody knew that what tahini was, and since I had read it somewhere, and there was no internet, there was no computers at those times, I became a hero because I knew what tahini was. So things have changed since then, and I'm glad that this is in day and age of accelerated evolution, and this will make sure that we get some more good food in India.
Would you like to add to that, Shipra? Do you think the information could be an overload at times? Does it sort of, where people sort of expect a little too much?
See, food in India has evolved over the years, and abroad too. There were times when we used to refer to, like, I've had, like, say, ravioli or something, and be like proud of it. But now times are such that Indian food is also not just about curries anymore. There's so much to Indian food. We've in fact, in my book also, I've taken simple ingredients which you would find at any grocery store, any local market, and just use the technique which is used abroad and just put a nice plate together. And I think it's and a lot of fusion that goes in, that shows our influence abroad, and people or chefs abroad using Indian techniques to cook, because India also has a lot of techniques of cooking, and people have started accepting different types of food, along with people abroad have started accepting Indian food. Because whenever I'm traveling, I just met, I was in Scotland and I met an English couple there, and they said that whenever we go out, we look for an Indian restaurant to sit and eat, which I was quite surprised at. I was like, alright. And we on the other side, we would look, because we cook such great Indian food at home, we go and explore different cuisines. So India in every level, in every aspect has evolved in terms of food. So that's good to see.
All right. Chef Sanjeev sir, I have a question. In terms of food evolving,
See, I think any art form, it does not go by the gender. It is art is open to anybody, whether it's painting, whether it's music, whether it's food. It's open to anybody. But to take it up as a profession,